Hello all. Today we are going to discuss about the topic nutritional biochemistry. Under this we will discuss about carbohydrates, its major classification with examples. Let's see all together one by one. What is the meaning and importance of nutritional biochemistry? By the term nutrition, it is the science that deals with the food to the major functioning of a living organism. That is, it includes all the nutrients and its function that happens in between the body. This nutrition is the science that deals with the food to the functioning of a living organism. It includes intake of food, that is ingestion, then digestion and absorption of food, transport and assimilation of nutrients or absorption of nutrients, then basic metabolism. Through this, it happens liberation of energy and elimination of waste from the body. Then the next important term is nutrients. This is a very important term that this is the basic things that you all have to learn about this. These nutrients are chemical substances required by the body to attain basic functions that is acquired through a very balanced diet. This term balanced diet include all the food materials that we have to consume like cereals and pulses, roots and tubers, then pulses and legumes, milk and milk products, then oil and fat, then fish. Altogether, we have to eat in an equal amount. That is called as balanced diet. Through this balanced diet, we will attain nutrients that are essential for our body. There are mainly 6 major classes of nutrients that are essential for human health. And the major important nutrients are carbohydrate, lipid, or it is otherwise called as fat, then protein, vitamins, minerals, and water. The major source of energy are carbohydrate. Then lipid also provide energy, but the basic function is for cushioning or protecting the organs in our body. Then protein, which the major function is body building, and vitamins and minerals for protective function, and then water. Then what is biochemistry? It is the chemistry of living organism that covers all the chemical reactions that occur in our body. A very minute chemical reaction can be a biochemical reaction. For each and every functioning of a living organism, they require biochemical reaction from a molecular level to a cellular level. These are the basic terms that we have to know about before we go into deep study. Let's see about chemistry of carbohydrate. Under this topic, we will cover chemical nature, classification, and physicochemical properties of different nutrients. And first and foremost, we will discuss about carbohydrate, its properties and all. These carbohydrates are polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketone and their derivatives. This polyhydroxy in the sense OH group is attached to aldehyde, that is CHO group, or ketone, that is C double bond O groups. Then how we can easily identify carbohydrate is from the name, it will end with OSE, that is O's. For example, glucose, fructose, sucrose, then maltose and all. These carbohydrates are mainly found in plant and animal tissue in different forms. But the major source is plants. They produce carbohydrate through photosynthesis. And animal mainly depend on food for energy. They store carbohydrate in the form of glycogen. This is the important classification of carbohydrate. Mainly, these carbohydrates are classified into 3: monosaccharides, oligosaccharide, and polysaccharide. The term monosaccharide in the sense there is only one molecule of carbohydrate. That is, on hydrolysis, yield only one molecule of sugar with water. Example, glucose, fructose, and galactose. The next important classification is oligosaccharide. This includes hydrolysis. The next important classification is oligosaccharide. On hydrolysis of carbohydrate, they yield about 2 to 10 monosaccharides. Example, sucrose, maltose, lactose, and raffinose. If we hydrolyze sucrose, we will get glucose and fructose. That is 2 molecules of monosaccharides we will get from that. The next is polysaccharide. These are the complex carbohydrate that include cellulose, glycogen, and starch. That is more than 10 monosaccharide we will get on hydrolysis. Let's see each classification one by one. First, we will discuss about monosaccharide. Already we have discussed that this monosaccharide consists of a single polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketone unit. These are also known as simple sugars. That is, further we cannot be hydrolyze this and they do not form any monomers. Monomer are the basic unit of the carbohydrate. Then general formula CH2O raised to N. Then N include 3 to 7. Then all carbon atoms of monosaccharide contain only one hydroxyl group except one, that is carbonyl or CO group. Example for polyhydroxyaldehyde is glucose and for polyhydroxy ketone is fructose. See the example given here, CHO, that is aldehyde in terminal position, that is end position. That is called as aldose, for example glucose. Then if present in any other position, that is called ketose, that is on second carbon, we will see here C double bond O, that is carbonyl group. This is called ketose sugar. Example fructose. Same molecular formula but difference in structure. Then these are the examples of monosaccharide that are found in food. Based on the number of carbon atom, here we have classified this as 3 to 7 carbon atom compounds. For example, 3, that is also called as trioses. From the term 3, the name is given as trioses. Example, glyceraldehyde. For aldoses, then ketoses, dihydroxyacetone. Both have same molecular formula but difference in structure. Then 4 carbon compound are also called as tetroses, erythros as aldose. Then example for ketose is erythrulose. 5 carbon compound called as pentoses. Examples riboxylose, arabinose, and for example ketoses are ribulose and cellulose. 6 carbon atom called as hexoses. Example glucose, galactose and mannose. Then example for ketose is fructose. Then 7 carbon compound called as heptoses, glucoheptose, galactoheptose. Then for ketoses, pseudoheptulose. As earlier said, glucose and fructose have same molecular formula but different structure of formula. This condition is called as isomerism. Now we discuss about isomerism of monosaccharide. This process of existence of different compound having same molecular formula but different structural formula are called as isomers, and this process is called isomerism. Then under this there are few categories like stereoisomerism, aldoketose isomerism and optical isomerism. The stereoisomerism occurs mainly due to the same compound due to the different spatial arrangement of group attached to its asymmetric carbon atom that exists in more than one form. That is same molecular formula but difference in spatial arrangement. As earlier we have discussed, glucose and fructose have same molecular formula but different structural formula. This will come under aldose ketose isomerism. In case of optical isomerism, when we pass a light directly to the compound, they will rotate either clockwise or anti-clockwise. Based on this, it is characterized as D isomerism and L isomerism. Let's see about each isomerism in detail. First one, stereoisomerism. This occurs when same compound due to different spatial arrangement, as we have already discussed. Then it happens in asymmetric carbon atom. What is asymmetric carbon atom? When any carbon atom of a compound is attached with 4 different groups. That is, we all know that carbon have a 4 valency. That is, they can attach 4 elements together. If they are different to each other, that is, the 4 valency compound carbon is carrying different groups or atoms. These are called as asymmetric carbon atom. For example, CH4 means carbon carry 4 same hydrogen together. In case of asymmetric carbon atom, they carry different elements, that is H, C, O, like that. Then there are 2 different forms of monosaccharides are there, D sugar and L sugar. In D form, OH group is attached on the right side of the carbon, and for L form, it will be on left side of the carbon atom. So far we have discussed about the case of a 4 carbon compound. In case of 3 carbon compound like glyceraldehyde, They lack a plane of symmetry and exist as enantiomers. Then what is enantiomer? These come under stereoisomer with mirror image of one another, that is D and L form, which are mirror images of each other. As we have already discussed about asymmetric carbon atom, the existence of more than one asymmetric carbon atom is called as epimerism, which is another type of stereoisomer. And the main points we have to remember in stereoisomers are: what is stereoisomerism? Then asymmetric carbon atom, then different forms of monosaccharide, that is D sugar, L sugar, then importance of glyceraldehyde, it's a plane symmetry, then term enantiomer and epimerism. This glucose is an aldohexose, has a 4 chiral atoms, that is carbon have a potential to hold 4 types of a group, that they can form a total of 2 raised to 4 stereoisomers, that is mainly 8 pairs of enantiomers. And now let's move on to optical isomerism. They are having 2 compounds with same molecular formula but different optical activity. As we have earlier discussed, when an optical active substance rotates the plane of through a plane polarized light, when they move towards a clockwise, it is called as a dextrorotatory or D isomer. It is also defined as a plus sign. When an optical activity substance that rotates the plane to anti-clockwise direction is called levorotatory or L isomer. Also, it is designated as negative isomer. Move on to the next important topic, that is cycling forms of monosaccharides. So far, we have learned about the linear chain of monosaccharide, that is glucose, fructose, and all. Then, how the cyclic form of monosaccharide occur? In an aqueous solution, that is water, any kind of aqueous solution, that is acetone, butanol, then petroleum ether and all, these aldohexoses, ketohexoses, and aldopentoses were treated equally with alcohol. They form a hemiacetal or hemiketal form in aldose or ketose. They further link with carbon atom with other carbon atom by COC linkage, and further results in the formation of a ring, that is 6-membered ring with 1 oxygen called as pyranose and 5-membered ring with 1 oxygen called furanose. Just remind the term pyranose and furanose. Just remember the term pyranose and furanose for fill in the blanks and all. This picture depicts open chain and ring form. That is how this ring open chain glucose is converted into ring form. The next important term is mutarotation, that is change in optical rotation of a solution that causes change in equilibrium between alpha and beta anomers. That can be caused due to the dissolution in aqueous solution. This process is also known as anomerization. The term anomer defines that only change in arrangement of OH group, that is in case of alpha, in first carbon OH group is attached to, in case of alpha, that OH or hydroxyl group is attached to first carbon. In case of beta, then OH group or hydroxyl group is attached to second carbon, but same molecular formula but different structure only. That is called as anomers. These anomers are cyclic sugar that have differ only in position of substitutes at a hemiacetal carbon. That is the 4-carbon compound. The carbon with 4 valency consists of 2 O groups, that is one with hydroxyl and one with ether, that is OR. And this alpha form has OH group on opposite side from the CH2OH group. In case of beta form, OH group is attached on the same side of CH2OH group that have marked below. So far we have discussed about the importance of monosaccharide, its classification and all. Let's see the remaining portions in next series. For more classes, do like, share and subscribe to Factscribe. Thank you for watching.